Nagaland Shooting Sports Association in collaboration with Nagaland Youth Resources and Sports tahan miligana 2-week free sport training aro shooting competition organized kuise 22nd August pa loigina 30 August 2025 tak aro idula team do gusugle sports for all idula de tahan organized krala mi han tikhu paise aro ajila special guest aro guest of honor do gusugle keto sito sikose director department of youth resources and sports government of Nagaland aro guest of honor do gusugle Nivi Kole Katsu, Assistant Secretary General, Nagaland Olympic Association, our Chief Host Togushuglamawan Tikyobaisheki, J.I. Yadan, former IGP and Director, Vigilance and Working President, NSSA. Our Ajila shooting training, our competition, Ladisai Shugle Mohangi, itu Jano Disheki, a total participants of 108 Aishe Guina, our Tade Kunto 67 Togushugle Muta, or 42 Togushugle Mikey. Aigana participate Guisheguna Mohangi itu Janai Dishe. J.I. Yadan, former IGP and Director, Vigilance and Working President NSSA, Tala speech te Mohangi itu shooting sport to tahan kinika luigina Aishe kina start first form Grishe Duhan history to highlight Kuina Kuala Amiantiko Baishe Arotai Tala speech te Mohangi itu Janai Dishe gi tahan itu Tunjun Toy shooting range. Itula indoor stadium do nohwa agede itula facility na agede tahan Nagaland police shooting range tade utilize koi thaise goina tala speech te kwala ami anti kyu baise ajila guest of honor taiwabi kuise ki as a sports person mohan mentally prepared thago lage goina aro taila speech te tai itu mention kuise ki 50% to kuise gile mohan mentally fully prepared asan nai aro mala chitala do mala mentality la opportunity 50% do thagi goina tai itu kwala man janu baise aro tai itu janai dishe ki CM mala chief minister nole mala state government ba last time kwa nishna tai aji itu repeat kuna gushigi by the end of this financial year 31 indoor stadiums to complete ho koina aro taila speech te tai women can give sports la field te encourage koina tala speech te kwala amyan janu baise I will details someone visuals te salo.
I, on behalf of the NSSA and on my behalf, extend a warm welcome to all, especially to our Honorable Special Guest, Sri Ketotityo Tekose, Director of Youth Resources and Sport, who has graciously consented to attend the humble function as a special guest. Indeed, sir, despite your busy official schedule, your presence here today has indeed greatly encouraged us in our endeavor to produce world-class shooters. We also welcome the guest of honor, Sri Nivi Kole Katsu, Assistant General Secretary, Nagaland Olympic Association, who is with us on this humble but momentous occasion. Your presence today, sir, gives the association a belief that with the support of the NOA, the NSSA can reach greater heights. I would like to acknowledge the young shooters, both boys and girls, and say that your participation today, though it may appear to look small, but in reality it is a giant step you are taking in fulfilling your ambition, in honing your skills and talent. God bless you. I welcome the media fraternity to this program and request them to also participate to feel the unique experience of handling of sports weapons. This program would not have been made possible without the active guidance of the President and Secretary General NSSA, who due to some unavoidable urgent matters could not be with us today. We also acknowledge NSSA team members behind the scenes who have tirelessly worked behind, especially Sri Hitosu, our technical advisor, who has formulated this program and this function. The Nagaland Shooting Sports Association came into existence after the merger of two entities in the state, the Nagaland State Rifle Association and the Nagaland Rifle Association on 28 November 2019. The first rifle club existed as the Kohima Rifle Club, which was established on 22nd October 1974. This club was formed by some sporting enthusiasts, mostly Nagaland's premier pioneers in the state government services. Many of the pioneers who had formed the Kohima Rifle Club had a vision to transform and channelize the Naga youth who take pride in their marksmanship for a more productive use of their talents. We are indeed indebted to those pioneers who could see the future and guide us accordingly in bringing out the hidden talent of our Naga youth. The Kohima Rifle Club was the first rifle club in Nagaland to be affiliated to the National Rifle Association of India. It was later decided to form a state-level association, and accordingly, the Nagaland State Rifle Association was established on 21st August 1991 with the following: President Mr. T.C.K. Lotha, IAS, former Chief Secretary Nagaland; Vice President Mr. L.L. Yadan, IAS, former Commissioner Nagaland; General Secretary Mr. K. Peshe, former Director Youth and Sport; Joint Secretary Mr. V. Meho Khado, former Deputy Director of Youth and Sport; Joint Secretary Mr. J.R. Yadan, former Additional SP Vigilant; Treasurer Dr. Sato Chikose, former Director Veterinary and Animal Husbandry; 3 ex-officio members and 2 live members, namely Mr. Oike Heso and Dr. X.B. Sakai. NSRA had the following affiliated club with 127 live members. The affiliated club members under NSRA at the time was Kohima Rifle Club, Dimapur District Rifle Club, Police Rifle Club, Zunabuttur District Rifle Club. The concept of sports as an activity of the Nagaland Shooting Sports Association till date are as follows: conduct of district-level shooting competitions to locate young talents to train and equip them for national as well as international shooting competitions. Conduct coaching camps for proficient shooters in collaboration at the time with the Nagaland Police. Before this facility was made available, we were using the Nagaland Police shooting range. To conduct a state-level rifle and pistol shooting competition annually, as per record, the Kohima Rifle Club, the Nagaland State Rifle Association, and the NSSA has conducted 15 and 4 honorable state-level shooting competitions. And it is the endeavor of the NSSA to participate in all India shooting competitions also. Through persistent hard work and blessings of our Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Nipiu Ryo, and his government, the then NSRA and now NSSA could build a state-of-the-art shooting range and infrastructure which both of the 10-meter shooting range which we are now having the function here and the open 50-meter shooting range which is just outside at the Dimapur Indoor Stadium. Subsequently, this was inaugurated by the Honorable Chief Minister in December 2022. The Indoor Shooting Stadium range has been named as the Tendon Toy Shooting Stadium in honor of the first NSSA president. Today, the NSSA is the only shooting body in the state affiliated to the Nagaland Olympic Organization, a subsidiary of the Indian Olympic Association. There are 12 registered shooting clubs which are affiliated to the NSSA. The NSSA also has conducted the first hornbill competition as well as several trainings were conducted on the safe use of weapons. The NSSA, in collaboration with Department of Youth Resources and Sport, has organized a 2 week training program with the theme Sports for All, which will culminate into a shooting competition. The NSSA, being a non-profit organization, depends mainly on the financial grant from the state government and collection of fees from such shooting championships and enrollments. The high cost of weapons, .22, and ammunition, and restriction of its use has been a major factor that has contributed to the stagnation of the association's vision of expansion. However, with the procurement of arms and ammunition about 3, 4 years back, we are dealing with the matter more effectively now. Ammunition for the competitions have been subsidized to encourage shooters to participate in the shooting event. The association even makes available its weapons to be utilized by those competitors who do not have any but is desirous of joining the competition. You may notice that even this training and competition has been made available to the competitors free of cost. We hope we will find those budding young talents, both boys and girls, who will one day represent the state in the national event and even in the international shooting arena in the very near future. Thank you. God bless you.
I stand here on behalf of the Nagaland Olympic Association, and I bring greetings from the President, Dr. Rio, and also the Secretary General, Sri Abu Mehta. When I first got a call to represent the Nagaland Olympic Association in this training session, I was just wondering what I should share, but immediately something struck my mind. That was a little coincidental. I was asked to represent the Nagaland Olympic Association to the inter-district tournament of archery. Archery is also something like shooting sports. So I thought I will share the same thought that I have shared on 22nd of August in 2022 at IG Stadium, 23rd of August. And today is 22nd, so the date is almost near to each other. As sports persons, athletes, there are so many things in the mind of our athletes. But broadly taking the things into our mind, we have to formulate our strategy, our thought, our mind, our discipline, and our activity. So here as a shooter, or for that matter for any sports athletes, we have to keep something in mind. And that is our goal or our vision. Today we are going to train in shooting sports. What level are we going to go? Are we only going to aim that target, the bullseye, that small dot? I think, yes, in the shooting arena, yes, that bull target. But in life, we should have a vision, we should have a goal. That is our number one. And keeping our goal, our vision in mind, I think as athletes, we should have our priority in life. We want to be a shooter. We want to be a sports star. But if we lose our priority elsewhere, I think we cannot be a shooter. I would like to cite an example. Who is sitting right in front of us? Mr. Ito Su. We were together in 2007, 8, 9 in Sazole College. That time, the shooting sports started in the university level through Dr. Baljit Singh. So we had some coaching camp and we had some competition. As an amateur, he came to shoot, but later on he got onto his target, his priority, his vision, that through this shooting sports, he was called to be employed. He didn't go to be employed, but he was called to be employed. He was called to be one of the instructor, one of the teacher, one of the lecturer. We all know his story. So keeping our priority is really very important. Next come, we all have 24 hours a day. So we got to manage our time well. If we do not manage our time well, we are not going to be a good shooter, or we are not going to achieve our priority, nor we are not going to achieve our vision, our goal, or our target. So managing our time is really well. We are having 24 hours a day, but if we spend 9 hours on mobile phone, 1 hour on shooting, 4 hours in other words, then I think we have lost our vision, our priority. So if we are taking shooting as our priority, as our goal, I think we must focus on that goal, on that vision, and put that priority intact. Of course, I'm not asking you to touch your mobile. Through our mobile, we have all the information in hands, but we got to focus on our goal and on our priority. As social human beings, we are all humans. Without friends, without socializations, we can't exist. So during socialization also, we have to be a little careful. We've got to go with people who are, interested in shooting. Not with who are interested in playing mobile games. Our elders, our forefathers used to tell us in the community hall, in the morum, go with people who are good, then you become a good person. Go with the person who is lazy, you become a lazy person. Is the lesson that we learned during our days. So during this time, if you go with a person who is good in shooting, you will certainly become a very good shooter. So know how to choose your friend, your companion. As a patient state, I think it is not wrong to say that above everything, God, the religion that we follow, the church that we go in, that we put into our central thing. These are the 5 things that I would like to put in. Extremely happy for inviting me into this meeting of the inauguration, though I am not worthy. And also, I am extremely happy that I think here in this training also, ladies have outnumbered the gents. I would like to tell you one of my testimony. When I was training Hito as the Dean of Students from Sazuli College, I was organizing. To my surprise, boys always go for hunting. I thought boys will be better in shooting. But after 2 days of giving a wood stick to let them hold the wood stick in the shooting position, ladies have overpowered the boys in shooting. They are more consistent in their point than boys. So I'm sure in this training, of course I'm not saying boys are bad, but ladies have got that steadiness, you have the calmness in yourself, where you can easily overpower men in this shooting sports. I'm sure you all must know, have heard of the Manu Bakar, a medalist in the Olympic of the Indian She was also like any one of us from a college, took to shooting. Overnight, she had become a superstar. Sports is the shortest route to become a superstar in this world. So hopefully, looking forward to see many of you coming up as a shooting stars, where NOA have to award you, or where as administrators in NOA office, we have to forward your letter that she should be rewarded this much of amount. That I'm looking forward. Once again, thank you for calling us, and thank you for giving me this time to address.
Well, shooting is something that is probably in our blood, particularly Naga's blood. It was so nice to hear the history of the formation of NSSA from our chief host today. He talked about the Kohima Rental Club. When I heard about that, I remembered what my father and his friends used to do during those days. One day I was just going through the records, and my father's old files, and I found records of purchasing thousands of .22 shots in the name of Kohima Rifle Club. And perhaps that is what our Sir Yadan was talking about when he talked about this Kohima Rifle Club. Our people, we all know that when the Britishers came, our people already knew how to make guns. We have heard stories, and that is, I think, that is the reason why gun must have been in our blood. Well, for people of, particularly the Angamis, my tribe, and my village, we encountered gun probably when the Manipuris came to attack our villages. There's a story where, the villagers were told that Manipur people are coming down to attack the village. And when they saw that those days, the Manipuris used to probably have very long hairs. And when they saw that, they informed the village saying that Buri manukan kumba hiyaze. Ito buri kana je kuri logine naga hiyaze. Walking stick logine. And everybody was just going about their business. Then suddenly when they reached the village, they opened fire. And that was when probably we encountered guns. And we knew the power of guns. Guns have been invented mostly to fight wars. And that has been the trend for very long until the coming of shooting as a sport. And perhaps even other games also portray that. So when you go for competition, I think you have to be like our friend from NOA had stated, you have to be really mentally prepared. And we believe that being mentally prepared is 50% of the game. In every game, not only in shooting, perhaps more so in shooting and archery, where you have to have a lot of concentration to shoot your bullet. The government of Nagaland today, under the dynamic leadership of our Chief Minister, Dr. Nip Hirio, has been doing a lot in the arena of sports. Stadiums in the form of prefabricated materials are being developed across the state. These have been used in order to ensure that the time taken is reduced. And why these indoor stadiums? These indoor stadiums are being developed so that our state, with 60% of the time, the weather not being favorable, needs something to cover the players that's when they play, when our young boys and girls play. So with this in mind, the government has been undertaking these projects. As stated by our Honorable Chief Minister, about 31 indoor stadiums will be ready to use by the end of this year, this financial year. Then a number of futsals are also being developed. We heard a pastor who prayed for us, saying that he even played futsal. Futsals are also being developed across the state. The state government is pumping a lot of money into them. Under the Khelo India projects scheme, a number of facilities have been developed. We have developed facilities in Mon, also in Tuingsang, also in Noklak, also in you name whatever district you want. We have been developing these stadiums, sports infrastructure facilities across the state. The state government also is in the process of formulating a new sports policy, which will be in line with the new national sports policy, which all of us have read in the papers recently. With this, I believe that our state is going to go really forward. The department, as far as the youth resources and sports is concerned, we are really interested in this, particularly in this shooting sports, because we believe that our people have the talent. We need to be given the right infrastructure. We need to be given the right track, the right guidance, so that we can excel in these particular sports. My friend Abab, I was quite surprised. We have been friends since childhood, and during our hunting days also, perhaps we have never gone together for hunting also. But I was so surprised that about a few years back, he topped in shooting. I think there was a shooting competition, and I saw his name in the newspaper. At that time, I was in Delhi, and it was quite surprising. You can see such talents there, those hidden talents. Nicholas was talking about ladies being better in shooting. I have that personal experience. During my Bharat Darshan, when I was a probationary in the Nagaland Civil Service, we had attachment with the army for about 2 weeks in the Indo-China border. And one of my batchmate, she's a lady, it was the first time that she had even touched a gun. And she topped the shooting competition that we had amongst our batch. The first time that she had ever touched a gun. And probably that is something which we are to look at. And we would like to really encourage women in sports. The department has been undertaking a number of activities, and many of these activities are also directed towards the women in sports. And we would like to encourage our women to come more into these sports. Recently, we have started the sepak takraw training, because our people apparently are doing good in sepak takraw. We got medals in the Khelo India Games, in youth games, and even our players are getting medals even in the World Cup sepak takraw. So we have been trying to encourage that also. Similarly, I think even in shooting, it is possible for us to achieve such things. Yes, shooting is, as stated by our chief host, shooting is an expensive game if you look at it as such. To buy a gun probably will cost you about maybe 3 lakhs upwards to have a standard gun with you. To buy a pistol, perhaps something in that range. To buy the bullets also, it's not easy to get. But I'm really very happy that the NSSA, which just started in 2019 as with a new nomenclature, is taking up this initiative to give free coaching to those who are interested. And I feel that the number of participants also should have been much more than what we see today, but hopefully in the days to come, it will pick up. We have to now take it up. A lot of emphasis is given on the sustainable development, a lot of emphasis on the environmental protection and wildlife protection. I think this is one thing which we can take up. Instead of our young boys and girls, particularly the young boys, taking air guns and going to the jungles, I think they should be taking the air guns and coming to these facilities which the government has developed. We are also in the pursuit of developing more such shooting range with the government of India. Let us see how things work out. Last year we nearly got one, but unfortunately on the way it got lost again. So in the days to come, since the state government is really interested in taking up sports, and our own chief minister being a sportsman himself, so many things are taking place in the field of sports. The state of Nagaland, our government of Nagaland recently had a conference on Viksit Bharat 2047, and the theme was Viksit Nagaland or Viksit Bharat 2047. In order to achieve Viksit means develop Nagaland. In order to achieve the status of becoming a developed state or a developed nation, there are certain criteria that we need to fulfill. And there are many things that we need to do to achieve that status. We believe, particularly my department believes, that it is sports that can help us achieve that. Our state is we just have a population of about 2 million. And to take 2 million forward, I think it is not going to be very difficult comparing to taking 200 million forward. And that is achievable, we believe, through sports. Today, the sports industry is about $500 billion. It's worth about $500 billion. Perhaps by 2030, we will have $600-700 billion worth of industry with us. And I think our people, with our athletic build that we have, we will be able to achieve that. It is not only playing that brings that is possible for our athletes. It is even through other subsidiary services that is related to sports. Through being a support staff, we can earn also. And sports is an industry where the state government is also seriously looking at bringing in tourism, sports tourism. That is what we are also looking at. And I think if we put our heads together, we can achieve our goal of becoming a developed state, contributing to a developed India by 2047. I wish all the participants all the best. Thank you so much for listening. You have come here to learn, but perhaps I'm talking too long. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish NSSA all the best. I wish that such programs will continue even in the future, not only here, but even in other places also. Let us reach out to the whole state. Let us reach out to the people. Thank you so much. God bless all of you. Once again, thank you.